Well, you see Alan Lee on the Fox 2 morning show. I see him whenever I drop by there.
Cheerful
and everybody knows that he's a remarkable feat of humanity simply for having the upbeat nature that he does that early in the morning. However, I had no idea that he was also a budding novelist who now has his first novel out, which is not about a TV anchor in Detroit or anything like that. It's an international espionage kind of thriller called Sandstorm, which has been put out by a division of was it Random House? I was just reading this here. What is it, Alan? It was
It's a division of Macmillan.
Macmillan, yeah, which is huge. Yeah, so congratulations on that, and welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Mitch, so much.
Yeah, so where did this? Because you must get up at 2 or 3 in the morning. So where do you have time to write a thriller of a novel?
You know what? And at the time, my oldest son was playing Little League, and I was coaching him. So we were getting home a little bit after 9 o'clock every night, and he had to do his homework, and I'd go into the man cave and start writing for a little bit, as much as I could before I had to go to bed. Get up 3 in the morning, do the TV job, come home, try to write some more. Have the head nod where you're about to break your neck off, and then have to go pick up the kids again and write some more if you could. So it was a labor of love. It took about 5 years, research and everything else. Finally got it done.
Now, I want to read you a line from Our Detroit in a review of the book. Now, remember, we're talking about Alan Lee, Fox 2, okay? Alan Lee, Fox 2. Get a good visual in your mind. Everyone has one. Okay, you've got the visual of Alan, right? Okay. Set against the backdrop of a real-life operation in which the United States and Israel conspired to thwart Iran from building up its nuclear capabilities, Sandstorm, the book, weaves an Israeli spy master who controls the Mossad's most lethal assassin, partnered with a cabal of ruthless billionaires who view the scheme as an opportunity to shift the New World Order in their favor. To hedge their bet, the big money boys have a powerful U.S. senator with ambitions to occupy the White House deep in their well-lined pockets. Alan, what are you smoking?
Come on, you don't believe that can happen, Nick? Come
No,
on.
it's not that. It's like I'm thinking Alan Lee, and then I'm reading the Mossad in Israel. I'm thinking, what part of this is not adding up? What are you doing in your spare time?
Listen, when I was growing up, I had 2 older brothers, and we were all into espionage stories and things of that nature. And I used to read all their books. They're Ian Fleming books, and there was a series called Nick Carter, Killmaster. I read about Matt Helm. So I read all those books. So I've always been interested in those kind of movies. I think I went to go see James Bond when I was like 8.
Wow.
So, it's just been a part of me, and I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. When I worked in Washington, D.C., the fun part for me was also getting a lot of intelligence community stories. Everybody else in the newsroom would go like, I don't want to do that, and I'd be the first one to jump up and go, I'll go cover it. So it's just kind of something inside of me.
Wow. Do you have a lot of maps in your house, Alan?
Maps?
Yeah, because, people that write these books like that, they have all these maps of the world and, Iran and all
I
these
call
things.
them escape routes, which they're planning in case, the takeover comes, which they're always bracing for.
Is that you, Alan?
Yeah, my man cave is messy, but, I got rid of most of the paper. There's this wonderful thing called Google Maps now, so I can just go to that.
All right, now, in addition to being and this book is now out and it's available everywhere, right?
Certainly is. All the bookstores, online, you can get it anywhere.
All right, Sandstorm by Alan Lee. So, in addition to that, while I'm reading through some of the material about Alan's background, and, you think you know somebody. I've known Alan for a while. Early in Alan's career, he was a sports reporter. In fact, he kind of came out of the sports world at his college paper, a sports editor. But he gets a job in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands as a sports reporter. And I'm thinking, A, what are you reporting on? And B, why would you ever have left that gig?
So, Mitch, I was in my mid-20s. I was ambitious, wanted to have a television career, and did my job down there in St. Thomas. Did everything. Worked for the newspaper. Got my first job in TV down there. Also was a disc jockey. And, you talk about sports. They play everything. There are Tim Duncans from St. Croix. But
Yeah, but he came up here to play basketball.
Well, but that's
He didn't
okay.
stay in the St. Croix League.
Wait, let me tell you this though, Mitch. They play football. They have great baseball teams. They have great basketball teams. Do you realize all the top teams in the U.S. used to come down in St. Thomas and play against their high schools, Oak Hill and Virginia, those teams, and they would get beat.
Wow.
And they would lose by 1 or 2 points all the time. They were tremendous athletes. John Thompson used to come down there to try to recruit kids. So you'd be surprised once you get down to the – I mean, Mitch, it's sunny every day.
I know.
They're in great shape.
I mean, did you do your reports on TV with one of those Hawaiian print shirts on?
No, we had to wear ties, but I did wear shorts because we wouldn't play basketball every night after we got done.
Wow.
That's a
It
good
just
gig.
sounds like the greatest job. That should be a book right there.
Well, my main character, my protagonist, still lives on St. Thomas, so in my mind, I'm still there a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great character,
That
like
is.
sports reporter for St. Thomas. You know, how's everything else going on the morning show?
Everything else is going great. You know, we've been like number one in the morning for like 13 years in a row.
I know.
So,
And how many hours are you? Aren't you on like 13 hours a day now?
It seems that way, and you know, our general managers and Fox, if they can give us some more time, they'll find out a way.
I know it's not. I mean, how can you be a morning show when you go
Right.
till like 4 in the afternoon?
We've had a few breaks for the Judge show, so
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Well, how many total hours is it? In all seriousness,
Let me see. We're on from 4:30 until noon, and then we come back on at 5, go off at 6:30, come back on from 10 to 11. I'm not
4:30
math here.
until noon. Just that morning, 4:30
I know.
until noon. That's a network. That's not a show.
Exactly.
That's a network. There used to be a time where that was the entire broadcast day, you know, and they would go to static and they'd do the national anthem and then they'd come back around again.
Fortunately, I don't anchor from 4:30 to noon. That would be a little rough.
Wow.
Well, I have slipped this early bonds of earth.
Now, have they done an interview with you for your book?
Yeah, we did it last. This was not last. It's all starting to blur together. You know how these book tours are.
Well, but then,
We
did
have
you have to
all these-
sit like on both sides of the couch on Channel 2?
Exactly, I was on Tuesday. Yeah, I got interviewed all morning long with the regular shows, and then had to sit on there on the 9 and get grilled.
Wow.
They did it with mirrors.
Well, I think it's great, Alan, and congratulations to you on this book.
Thank
You've got
you,
a
sir.
beautiful
Thank you.
blurb from Vince Flynn saying
Yeah.
Sandstorm is excitement detonated, taut, and terrifying.
Mitch, can I just say for the record that when he was watching James Bond movies, when he was 8, James Bond 007 was good.
Alan Lee from Fox 2, and the book is called Sandstorm. And if you're down in the Virgin Islands at any point, go looking for
Go
some
look
of
for
his
Al.
old
tape.
reports.
Get the old tapes.
Find some of his old
Hey.
shorts.
Mitch, coming from you, this means a lot. Believe me. Thank
Oh,
you.
no, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Great
Oh,
work.
I always see Alan at the Whole Food Market, too. Alan's a hanger out at the Whole Food place.
Which one?
Well, that's my
Roger.
wife.
Okay, well, there's a new Whole Foods downtown now. So
That's
now we've
right.
got to frequent that one as well. Does Alan get the long tofu bars
Oh,
with the sesame sprinkles on them?
I never see him walk out with items. I just see him in the Whole
Oh,
Foods.
you just
I
hang
see
out
him-
the
I
Whole
just
Foods.
see him in the
He's
Whole-
researching his next book. It's called
Hey.
Tofu Storm.
Tofu.
He gets
Hey, let me tell you,
olives.
the interesting thing is, Mitch and I sort of live in the same community, and I've seen Mitch walk to the grocery store one time. And I think that was the summer that Mitch was into this fitness gig. He was at
Yeah.
the health club, walked out, shocked the crap out of me to see Mitch walking with groceries.
Well, I'm still eating those groceries, actually. I believe in shopping once every 5 years. I pay no attention to those expire-by things. Alan, great to talk to you, man. Thanks for coming on with us.
Mitch, I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks
Sure
a lot.
thing. Alan Lee from Fox 2 and his new book, Sandstorm. That's just
Very
fantastic.
nice.